gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch. Guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Okay, I want to cram in a few more calls, and we'll get to everybody else that's holding after Bob leaves us. Bob Chapman of the internationalforecaster.com. Bob, finishing up your statement about being calm. We're talking about a further collapse coming down the road, but clearly the degeneration of the economy is accelerating. I mean, I'm not saying Gerald's 100% right, but I do see your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've talked about this before when yourself, you thought things were closer than we were, and Paul Craig Roberts and I said, look, no, you got to slow down. Things take a lot longer than, you anticipate. And you find that out by being around as long as we have. And I'm almost as old as he is. But the point here is that it's coming. Yes, it is. Get prepared. We don't know what the timing is, but it doesn't make any difference if we're prepared.
Well, as Robert says, there was a lot of wealth in this country and in Europe. It takes time for that to drain out.
That's right.
All right, let's go to Chris.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Chris in California. Chris, you're on the air with Bob Chapman. Go ahead.
Hey, Bob. Hi, Alex. Long-time listener, Prison Planet subscriber, and respect both of you guys quite a bit. I'm calling from L.A., by the way, your favorite city, Alex. I just wanted to bring up with Bob kind of a similar question. I mean, we've been going through this gradual crash for quite a while. Do you think that it's possible that the globalists could just have maybe lost control completely at some point? Maybe some kind of outside force or outside event causes maybe a flashpoint. Maybe that's what Solente is talking about happening before the end of the year. And my second question is kind of for both of you. Could you discuss a little bit more about this lame duck session coming up? I tend to think that it could be actually hugely significant because a rout is what might be exactly what the globalists want, a rout of the Democrats, because what better fodder would there be for the Democrats to now have, an opportunity or a incentive to be bribed or cashed out as they're basically walking away.
Oh yeah, the lame duck's very dangerous. Chris, thanks for the call. Let me get a quick comment from Bob Chapman on that. Bob?
Well, the latter part about the lame duck session is extremely, extremely dangerous. And, boy, we got to climb all over people. And some people who are going to be voted out, we can't climb them because they just don't care. And these people who are behind the scenes have paid them and said, look, we paid you off. You got to do this. So it is dangerous.
Well, Bob, also remember Obama, and he's still going to have the U.S. attorneys and the Justice Department. You watch. They are going to be trying to set up and frame and go after all these new members of Congress.
That's correct as well. And, the projection of what's going to happen, the shape it's going to come in, we often don't know until we get rather close. But we know it's coming. And, again, it's all preparation, even-handed, even-minded. We can't go off on tangents. We got to zero in on the problems both on the radio, on the Internet, as well as personally.
Well, these are definitely very serious times. We're at a global crossroads for humanity. That's why every liberty lover needs to get even more informed, more active, louder, and point out who's behind this depression, point out who's behind the tyranny, point out who is the main source of our ills, so that these globalists can't pose as our saviors as the crisis deepens and sell us even more tyranny.
Well, you're right about that, and you and I and others will stop them from getting away with that, so to speak.
Well, Bob, it's always great talking to you, and God willing, I'll see you again next Friday in the 1 o'clock hour. We had you on an hour early today. Have a great weekend, and be safe.
Well, thank you, and the same to you, Alex, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you. There goes Bob Chapman. If you want to call and get a free copy of the International Forecaster introductory copy, 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237, and I'd get some of that silver and gold while you're at it when you call that number. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Calben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Calben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
All right, I want to preface this for a few minutes before we go to him. But I've heard the audio clips online of him on national television, national radio, regional radio. I love his spirit. I love his courage. And he's Kevin Bracken, president of the Victorian Trades Hall Council, one of the most powerful unions in the country, sits on government boards. The Prime Minister and others have demonized him in Australia. They've tried to tell him to basically shut up. Other members of Parliament have called for him to be censured or to get in trouble for his free speech. And the nation has stood up and said, even if some people disagree with him, which is really the minority, he says 50-50, that's what the polls show. The newspaper polls show over 70% agree with him about 9/11 stinking to high heaven. But even if you disagree with him, he's got his right to common law free speech. But I want to preface this with some new breaking news. Last year, Governor Ridge, the former head of Homeland Security, wrote a book and admitted what we'd already gotten from the White House, that Bush would issue fake terror alerts ahead of elections, the off-year elections and the presidential election of 2004. That is an act of terrorism to issue fake terror alerts. We know Anwar al-Awlaki, the number one in al-Qaeda, number 3 9 years ago, Fox News, AP, Reuters, it's now been leaked, was meeting in secret meetings at the Pentagon 2 months after 9/11 with the Secretary of the Army. This is the guy that ran the underwear bombing on Christmas Day, the Hassan shooting, where the government knew and blocked it. He is a master controller of these patsies. The Times Square bombing. 2 months ago, Clinton and Obama advisor Robert Shapiro in the Financial Times of London, and Watson's doing an article on this right now, said, without an Oklahoma City bombing or a new 9/11, Obama is over, and the whole agenda is over. We must have terror attacks so the president can look strong and look powerful. I'm paraphrasing the quote. We've read it many times on air. In fact, I'm going to pull back up that Financial Times of London headline and the Prison Planet headline that has the quote, what's his name? Robert Shapiro, or Clinton advisor, says Obama needs stage terror. That'll pull it up. I need that quote. I forgot to ask you guys. I want to read the actual quote before our guest leaves us. He's with us for another 50 minutes, and I'm moving quick because this is so important. Now, this morning, about 4 hours ago, they started announcing multiple planes on the tarmac. Bombs from Yemen. Oh, my gosh, we're all dead. UPS delivery trucks being stopped in areas of New York, Queens, Long Island, hysteria over backpacks at federal buildings, left by school children. Within 30 minutes of the fear-mongering, and I noticed they had former Governor Keating, who covered up the Oklahoma City event, and others on, saying, well, even if this doesn't turn out to be real, it shows how we're trying to save you and how al-Qaeda wants to hit us. And I said when we started the show, 2 hours before this came out, it's now on Drudge Report, CNN, more hysteria, ink cartridge tested negative for explosive material. Starting in England, yesterday during the afternoon in England, they get an ink cartridge out in a shipment of ink cartridges, and they think it's a bomb, no explosive residue. Now, I said first hour, the White House is behind this, 99% chance, ahead of the election in 3 days, to demonize people and to demonize opposition against the war and to make himself look like a strong leader. And they may stage other stuff. Now it's admitted no bomb residue, completely made up. And there's a statement by the White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs at whitehouse.gov. This is also up on Drudge. It's also all gone up on prisonplanet.com. Last night, intelligence and law enforcement agencies discovered potential suspicious packages on 2 planes in transit to the United States. Based on those cooperating among U.S. government agencies and with our foreign allies and partners, authorities were able to identify and examine 2 suspicious packages, one in East Midlands, United Kingdom, and the other from Dubai. Both of these packages originated from Yemen. As a result, security precautions triggered this threat, and additional measures were taken regarding the flights at Newark, Liberty, and Philadelphia international airports. The president was notified of the potential terror threat on Thursday night by John Brennan, assistant to the president of Homeland Security Counterterrorism. The president directed U.S. intelligence and law enforcement agencies and the Department of Homeland Security to take steps to ensure the safety and security of the American people and to determine whether these threats, as part of an additional terrorism plotting, the president will receive regular updates from the national security team. He is alerted to the threat. This was issued just about 30 minutes ago. So they knew when they swiped it and tested it for bombs, takes about 10 seconds, that there was no explosives in the printer cartridge. In fact, will you pull a printer cartridge out of a printer and we'll show people what causes, lockdowns on the East Coast? Pull one out. I want to show it to people. This evil devil weapon. Now, here's the Financial Times of London. Obama faces growing credibility crisis, and we're going to our guest. And he's quoted in here as saying, quote, the bottom line here is that Americans don't believe in President Obama's leadership, says Robert Shapiro, Clinton official and Obama supporter. He also advises him. Quote, he has to find some way between now and November of demonstrating that he is a leader who can command confidence, and short of a 9/11 event or an Oklahoma City bombing, I can't think of how he could do that. Now, that was in July 13th, 2010, 3 months ago. I take you now